All right, so today we are diving into, get this, a Riyadh derby.
Oh, juicy.
Right. This is Al-Nassr versus Al-Shabab in the Saudi Pro League. And it was wild. I mean, this wasn't your average match.
Oh, I believe it. Rivalries, emotions. These matches are always something else.
This one had all the ingredients for, an instant classic. Goals, drama, penalties. We've got it all in this one. But before we get into it, we're going to rely on some pretty colorful match reports to paint the picture for you. So just, a heads up.
Always good to have the full picture, right?
Exactly. Now, to really set the stage, we have to talk about Ronaldo. Because apparently he was, well, let's just say extra fired up for this one.
I can only imagine it. The man lives for these moments.
Our sources are saying he was coming off a tough international break with Portugal, a goalless draw, and it sounds like he took it pretty hard.
Yeah, I can see that. Those international breaks can be tricky for players like him. So much pressure to perform, and on top of that, you're juggling club duties. It's a lot.
And, he's got a new manager to impress too, right? This is only the second league game for Al-Nassr under their new boss.
That adds a whole other layer, doesn't it? New system, new tactics, everyone's trying to prove themselves all over again.
Especially on defense, from what I'm seeing. Get this. Al-Nassr hadn't let in a single goal in the league before this match.
Whoa, really? That's impressive.
Right. So you can imagine the pressure to keep that clean sheet going.
Oh, absolutely. Talk about a tough act to follow.
And for a while there, it looked like they might actually pull it off. Al-Nassr completely dominated the first half. I'm talking almost 70% possession.
Wow. That's a statement right there.
Then, in the 40th minute, boom, Aymeric Laporte, the former Manchester City defender, scores this absolute screamer.
I did hear about this. Was it as good as everyone's saying?
Oh, you better believe it. Apparently, it was a rocket of a volley from outside the box. No chance for the keeper. The reports are calling it one of the goals of the season.
Now that's what you want to see.
Right. But here's where things get really interesting. Almost immediately after the goal, Al-Shabab equalizes, just before halftime.
Oh, no. Talk about a momentum killer.
And it gets worse. It was an own goal from Al-Nassr, their first goal conceded under the new manager. Can you imagine the tension?
Oh, yeah. You could cut the tension with a knife after that, I bet.
The second half, if you can believe it, was even wilder. Back and forth, chance after chance, it's a nail-biter. Then, in the 78th minute, Al-Nassr gets a penalty.
You know what that means. Time for Ronaldo to step up.
It was like the weight of the entire match was on his shoulders. And you can tell the Al-Shabab players knew it too, because they were trying everything to ice him, delaying the penalty, you name it.
The mind games. All part of the theater, isn't it?
But Ronaldo, cool as a cucumber, slots it home.
Classic Ronaldo. Thriving under pressure. That's what separates the greats from the rest.
Okay, but get this. Just a few minutes later, utter chaos in the box, and Al-Shabab gets a penalty of their own.
No way. Back and forth, like you said.
And the penalty was given away by, wait for it, Simigan, the same Al-Nassr player who scored the own goal earlier. Talk about a rough day at the office.
Oh, man, that's brutal. You almost hate to see it, but, it's part of the game.
Up steps none other than Hamdallah, former Al-Nassr player, to take the penalty that could tie the game.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's how you script a dramatic finish. Against your old team.
Right, it's a Hollywood ending waiting to happen. He lines up, crowd's going nuts, and he misses. Sends it wide.
Get out. What a turn of events.
Al-Nassr wins a game they almost threw away.
Football, eh? You just never know, but that's a massive win for Al-Nassr, especially in the context of the league.
Huge. They're still chasing Al Hilal for the top spot, but this keeps them in the race, for sure.
I'd be curious to see how this win affects Al-Nassr going forward. Will this be the spark they need, or was it just a one-off? We'll have to wait and see.
I guess we'll just have to keep an eye on them. That's the beauty of it all, right?
Absolutely. That's why we love this sport. Never a dull moment.